Hey everybody, Duck Number 8 Wooden Railway here, and today we are going to review Whale of a Tale. Whale of a Tale is a DVD with 5 season 19 episodes by Universal in 2015, told by Mark Morgan. Here is my copy of Whale of a Tale. The front has a picture of Thomas, Toad, and Cranky and Harold watching the whale. A yellow title up here and a blue sign here saying "and other Sodor adventures." I love how it says that sign. It reminds me of like a classic Anchor Bay series DVD. The side has the hit logo up at the top. It's blue with that yellow title and that same sign, "and other Sodor adventures." You have your Thomas portrait down there, your DVD logo, and your Universal logo down there at the bottom. And the back has a blurb right here. It has a yellow sign saying "Tall Tales and Big Adventures." You have a picture of Thomas and Salty at the docks when the bouncy balls fall. Your bonus features are right here, and your Universal licensing is down here at the bottom. The disc is a squished up version of the front poster art. And the episodes that are featured on this release are the first 5 season 19 episodes. They are Toad and the Whale, Who's Jeffrey, The Truth About Toby, Lost Property, and Henry Spots Trouble. This release has like some of the least favorite season 19 episodes. I know that season 19 overall is a great season, but this release has some of my least favorite season 19 episodes. Not all of them, but some of them. And as we talk about them individually, we'll review them. So, starting off with Toad and the Whale, this is one that I love. I love this episode. It feels like a classic series episode. It's one of the best episodes in which Oliver and Toad are the main characters in the CGI series. I love how Toad cared about the whale so much. I love that he was trying to save him. I love pretty much everything about this episode is great. Toad and the Whale is one of my favorite season 19 episodes. I love this episode. So basically, if I ever want to watch this release, one of the good reasons of why I want to watch this release is for this episode, Toad and the Whale. I love this episode. Who's Jeffrey is not very good. I do not like Who's Jeffrey. This episode is boring. If there's anything good about this episode, Who's Jeffrey, it would be Thomas's Jeffrey voice, but only in the US version. I hate the way that the UK version Jeffrey voice sounds like. The Thomas's US Jeffrey voice, "Hello, this is Jeffrey." That's the only thing that I like about the episode. I do not like, "Hello, this is Jeffrey." And everything else about the episode, Who's Jeffrey, is bad. Plus, I originally thought that there was going to be an engine named Jeffrey on the island of Sodor, but no. Thomas just made him up. Overall, the episode itself, it's not very good. I do not like it. Same thing with The Truth About Toby. I do not like this episode either. Toby's just his role in the episode is awful. I do not like anything about this episode that much either. Reg, I don't know what was into Reg this episode. Basically, nothing good. There's nothing good about this episode, The Truth About Toby. This is another of my least favorite season 19 episodes. Just like Who's Jeffrey, another of my least favorites. Lost Property, however, is one of my favorite episodes of season 19. I loved Lost Property as well. There's a lot of humor in the episode. I love Thomas's role in the episode. Lost Property is another reason of why I like this DVD, because this episode, Lost Property, there's a lot to love about this episode. I loved the whole thing over the railway inspectors. Sir Topham Hatt's role in the episode was really, really funny. Thomas's role was really good. It also felt like another classic series episodes. I think it's because it was Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle, but overall the episode Lost Property, it's a great episode. I love it. And finally, we have Henry Spots Trouble. Oh my gosh, I hate this episode. I hate this episode. Henry is completely out of character in this episode. What's wrong with you here, Henry? Engines don't get chicken pox. Gosh, what's wrong with you here? And your role in the episode, it's just annoying. I hate it. Gosh, Henry, you're better than this. You're better than this. So, yep, those are all the episodes for this release, and now we are going to talk about why I have these characters here. So, Reg is here because he had a major role in The Truth About Toby. Oliver and Toad are here because they're the main characters in Toad and the Whale. Toby is here because he's the main character in The Truth About Toby. Henry is here because he's the main character in Henry Spots Trouble. And Thomas is here with Annie and Clarabelle because he's the main they're the main characters in Who's Jeffrey and Lost Property. So those are the characters, and now I'm going to give you my thoughts about this release. So it's a good release. It has some of the weaker season 19 episodes, like some of the least favorite ones. Not all of them. Out of all 5 of them, only 2 of them are good, and the other 3 are bad. The 2 episodes in here that are good are Toad and the Whale and Lost Property, but the other 3 are bad. Who's Jeffrey, The Truth About Toby, and Henry Spots Trouble. If I had my way, I would change the title to Toad and the Whale because of the front cover and how it says in Other Soder's Adventures, because there is no episode on here called Whale of a Tale. I even love how it says and Other Soder Adventures. I love how a CGI series DVD has that. And this DVD is this DVD, it has what the classic series used to say and Other Adventures, and I love that. But for some reason, why does it use the season 13 to 18 intro at this point? Because, like, now we're into season 19, and at this point, Thomas is... I forgot to mention this when I did Who's Jeffrey, but Who's Jeffrey is the first episode of season 19, and starting there, we have some new voice cast members. First of all, Thomas is voiced by John Hassler in the UK and Joseph May in the US because Ben Small and Martin Sherman, who previously voiced him in season 18, had left the team. And another thing that is weird for Who's Jeffrey that I also forgot to mention, I don't know why, but for some strange reason, Percy is voiced by Nigel Pilkington in the UK, and he was already voiced by Keith Wickham in the UK, even in Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure, which was just before this. But in the US Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure, he is voiced by Christopher Regland. So I don't know why they had to change the voice for Percy in the UK of season 19. It was understandable in the US because Martin Sherman also voiced the US Percy as he did with Thomas, and now, since Martin Sherman's gone, they gave Percy Christopher Regland in the US. So, yes, but I don't know why they had to change him in the UK, because his UK Keith Wickham was still in Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure. They didn't change him for they didn't change Percy voice actor in the UK Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure, but in the US they did, because same with Thomas, that his voice actor changed. It was the same from season 18. So I don't understand why they had to change the voice actor for Percy in the UK. That's kind of weird. And at this point, when Thomas says, "Hello everybody, welcome to the island of Sodor," why didn't they make it with Joseph May? Because now Joseph May is voice acting Thomas. He still has Martin Sherman in the US. That's weird. Anyways, this is all I have to say about this release. I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for Wild Water Rescue.